เจ้ายังเด็กหนังสือในประเทศไทยเป็นสิ่งที่หาได้ยากคุณแม่ของข้าพเจ้าแม้จะมีรายได้ไม่มากแต่ก็ได้พยายามให้ข้าพเจ้าได้รับความรู้คุณแม่มักจะซื้อหนังสือที่เป็นหนังสืออ่านง่ายๆให้ข้าพเจ้าอ่านก่อนในสมัยที่ข้าพเจ้ายังอยู่ในระดับชั้นของอนุบาลเช่นการ์ตูนปกแข็งเรื่องโทโร่ควายดื้อหรือเรื่องของเจ้าชายกบหรือว่าหนังสือการ์ตูนเกี่ยวกับกีฬาหรือสงครามเช่นหนังสือการ์ตูนฮามิดตีนระเบิดหรือหนังสือสงครามการ์ตูนสงครามต่างๆเมื่อข้าพเจ้าอยู่ในชั้นอนุบาล2ตอนปลายแม่ของข้าพเจ้าก็ได้ให้หนังสือเล่มแรกของให้ข้าพเจ้าอ่านหนังสือเล่มนั้นก็คือหนังสือประวัติพระพุทธเจ้าคุณแม่คงเห็นว่าข้าพเจ้าพอที่จะรับรู้เรื่องของศาสนาได้แล้วจึงให้ข้าพเจ้าและน้องไปรอใส่บาตรที่หน้าบ้านทุกวันคุณแม่ก็จะเป็นคนทำกับข้าวแล้วก็นำข้าวใส่ถาดแล้วก็ให้ข้าพเจ้าไปรอพระหน้าบ้านเพื่อใส่บาตรนอกจากนั้นแล้วคุณแม่ก็ยังสอนให้สวดมนต์ไหว้พระก่อนนอนสอนให้ข้าพเจ้าท่องพุทโธเวลาที่นอนไม่หลับสอนให้ข้าพเจ้าท่องคาถาพยายมเยธัมมาเหตุปัพพวาเตสังเหตุงตถาคโตเตสัญจโยนิโรโธจะเอวังธรรมเหล่าใดเกิดแต่เหตุพระตถาคตเจ้าทรงตรัสแสดงเหตุแห่งธรรมนั้นและทางดับไปแห่งธรรมนั้นเยธัมมาเหตุปัพพวาเตสังเหตุงตถาคโตเตสัญจโยนิโรโธจะเอวังธรรมเหล่าใดเกิดแต่เหตุพระตถาคตเจ้าทรงตรัสแสดงเหตุแห่งธรรมนั้นและทางดับไปแห่งธรรมนั้น
Whatever dharma arises from a cause, the Tathagata shows the cause of those virtues and the cessation of those virtues. The life of Lord Buddha. I have heard the following. Nearly 2,000 years ago, in the city of Kapilavastu, located in northern India, spring arrived with fresh and bright. It is evident that nowhere else 14D in the tri-worlds where spring will be filled, more tender and gentle than this one. This is because of the sunlight, a thing which brings joy to life, and energetic, has splashed down to the wet ground and the dense foliage. One is the three worlds, there is heaven, man and underworld. Volatile, fragrant, pure, fragrant, like the aroma of the heavens, from the earth to the wind, uninterrupted, sultry and full of moisture, like a bride who surrounds. The body was surrounded by only joy and joy. Dungeon per it was here that the small city of Kapilavastu existed with dignity, as if seeing the world of the Buddha. The most splendid enlightenment. On the upper side of Nakhon Nakhon a 12/12 appears the Himalayan mountain range. Soaring into the sky, clashing with the fury of the high wind which fluttered the snow into ripples, a sight inviting mankind to look enchantedly, fascinated and look high until the snow melted into the sky. Leech too staggered IAC as it is known, on these towering peaks it is the dwelling place of many gods. At from Nathanan, Phra Indra, who is the Lord in the heavens, sits on a cloud driven. Floating in the void of midair, a body adorned with colors, the majesty of sunlight and moonlight, and with the glittering silver of stars, wind, god of wind, can cause a storm along with thunder, trembling, or blowing a soft wind. There is a sound of music from high above, the shadow of the snow, the sun, drive a gold car from the low horizon, ascended to the heights and continued to push until it entered the night, the moon, rising from the top. The height of this enormous mountain range, and fell to the bottom at the mysterious realm in the dark west. The dense pine forests completely covered the hillsides and the lows, and completely covered the headwaters of many rivers, leading to the belief that Flax must be haunted of the Holy Spirit. The Rahini River, formed by the cracking snow and descending from the height of the mountain, dazzling like diamonds as it bounced from rock to rock, or was silent from time to time in a deep well to look in the mirror for her rugged appearance and only her splendor. She was merely a goddess of love. A dancer who was as pure as a mountain peak. White as all silver, which is her origin. Sleep. Therefore please know that this city of Kapilavastu lies in the midst of the place of divine power, where the gate of the heavens of India is not far from it, and there is also an angel and a guarding it. The four directions, at the time of saying this, Nakorn Kabil. The parcel is located in absolute peace. Way Dbn. This city and the lands it surrounds are part of the mighty Kasal kingdom. Its inhabitants are Sakya. 2 Kasal is a very vast kingdom. Varanasi 3. BL2 His Majesty explained that Kapilavastu was in the kingdom of Kosala, like Denmark, Sweden and Norway, which were both independent, called Scandinavian, meaning that Kapilavastu was included in the kingdom of Kasal. Indeed, if independent, as one tribe and as a dynasty, is not the kingdom of Kasal. 3 Christomus Humphreys explains that the Sakyans not ruled by the king had absolute power. The Sakyas in most other provinces were like this but ruled as a republic. With a chief called Raja, in which the Buddha's father was in this position, these people legislate themselves, have a pavilion for legislative meetings, Sakya people one wife, and not of Hindu caste. Buddha's history spacious and sacred, 100 miles south of the parable city, was one of the cities of the kingdom of Kasal, and the capital of this city was Savatthi, perched on the Himalayan hills which were regularly covered with clouds, and in present-day Nepal, southeast of Angkor. Kapilavastu is the site of the Bihar kingdom. Only the mighty gods who can know which kingdom some of these will fall under the rule of India in later times. 2 Peace was in Kapilavastu, the city of red earth, the dwelling place of the Sakyas, a strong tribe. Wait and have a civilization, since these people are noble people. A nobleman descends to India. By coming along the many paths, defeating the black natives, and expelling them, these blacks are scattered like the shadow of the night. 4 corresponds to English Aryan, read as Aryan. Sanskrit called civilized, is a descendant of the Caucasian tribe, or the Caucasian, whose branch entered India and intermingled with the indigenous peoples. Fleeing the arrow of dawn, after eliminating the black, lawless and savage nation, this noble beauty seized the land of these peoples as their own. The nobles led attached are the idols of the gods of heaven and earth, and these idols are worshipped with sacrifices, with rituals, prayers, sacrifices with cows, grain, oil and expensive food, being called Heaven, King, the spirit of the gods to float down from the heavens. Rule the people of this city in peace and abundance. Nakorn Kapilavastu. It stands majestically on both banks of the glistening Rahini River. Because there are only a few people in this city, was immensely wealthy, and arrogant and selfish, so that no one is miserable, and, as a living, it's easy for everyone to have something to eat and use all over the face. They have been swept clean and sprinkled regularly. As for children with skins, flesh like gold, smiling faces, playing merrily on the banks of the river, these children as water. Everyone was soft and physically fit through a diet consisting of rice, bananas and milk from the Nyang Yan herd, the herd of cows who, one evening, were led home. From the meadow on the hillside the water flows uninterruptedly. The journey into this city is not confined to people, intelligent people who like to be tourists, and spiritual people. Concentrate on the strange and let the souls float away. Try to reach the stars shining brightly inside. Like Nak, he followed the eagle to its nest. Above the clouds, they came to Kapilavastu city from the great forest where the monks lived. And the family peacefully rested among the gods and men to live the life of pristine rulers in the desolate forest. These people were brought with him with fantasies, speculations, opinions on morality, and stories owned. For this reason the king built a cedar pavilion in Kapilavastu city, where those wise men could use it. arguing with the wise of this city. As for the gabble less intelligent than sitting listening and clapping, or objected at the time listening to the responses of both sides, all people in this city, gentlemen or commoners, nobles or high-class people, consider this argument to be right, and to argue that it is important to promote intellectual superiority over market trading. And listened intently. Yes, but only the inhabitants of this city are not afraid of speaking. Because the Aryans are a people from the north. I am completely free, brave and love adversity. Bird pass for happy treasury, a brew a day, frog crush d leg will buy from these tourists themselves. Kapilavastu people gained a lot of knowledge, because although the inhabitants of this city were, this will be a free people. Indeed, these tourists are even more liberated. That is to say, love for the fatherland or wealth can't bring these people to the motherland. For example, a tourist, all he owns in this world is garred like a rag and a round vessel for a beggar. He will leave the city in solitude, smiling astonishingly, as its owner. Valuable property, it is impossible for thieves or villains to come and take away the 5a that they can take. Shall dwell in the city of Kapilavastu, willing to speak or listen, contenting little with what is received, and when the sun shines again will bid farewell, like some birds that do not like to live by flying towards its mysterious path. And sometimes there will be another kind of person, coming to the city, a person who is blindly devoted to the gods, indifferent to human beings. In all respects, it is almost absent from meditation, that is, meditation for the mind to be full. 5 Rainy season. The royal decree 6 read as Chan or Shana, focusing on emotions until firm. Shining in this practice, a crowd of silent envy appeared in his heart, because in contemplation he could see something different from the law and appeared.